We're live.
Okay.
Let's just see if anybody shows up. I mean, look at my hair. I gotta get it cut, real.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, you ain't very
It's
talkative.
already one. It's already 1 month, I guess.
Yeah, but everything's so damn expensive here.
Mm,
40, 40, 30, between 30 and $50 for a fucking haircut. People feel a lot about themselves, you know? They feel a lot
mhm,
about it's probably just some crazy ass prices. I figure I go to like a private owner barbershop doing
yeah,
all the freaking chain people pushed them out. So now you got to pay $50 to get a freaking haircut. Make that
mhm,
make sense. And they ain't that
mm.
freaking good. They ain't that good, you know. People are so freaking full of themselves around here, man. All right, we gotta get serious. We got people in the house.
Yep.
Hey, Dan
Hey, Dan Mario. Good morning.
Maria.
Good evening, Dan Maria.
How you doing? How you doing? Hey, John. How you doing?
Hey, Koya Jan. Good morning. How
How
you
you doing, John?
doing? How's life in Bulacan, Kuya Jan? Hey, you see what I'm going to have?
You got a good point, John. But I'm just. What do you got? You got your pizza? You know what? You can.
Yep.
Eh.
Yeah.
Miles, you
Yeah.
make awesome. You make awesome pizza.
Oh my God.
You got. You
I
ain't
make
got all them. You ain't got all them chemicals that they.
I got I make a good pizza today. Yesterday. That's
Hey, Larry.
good
Glad to
morning,
see
Lar.
Mr. Larry from Philadelphia, my old stomping grounds. Glad to see you, man. Glad to see you. Well, that's good. That's good, Dan. Maria. Maria.
Mm,
I know I can't say her name. Maria. Maria.
Maria.
Maria.
Maria.
No, John, it's just been a bad day. It's just been a bad day. I'm pretty sure you had your days where you just hate everybody. The only time I put a smile on my face is when and I ain't whipped or anything, so y'all can say whatever you want when I'm talking to Miles, man. She kind of Miles just throws off this calming effect, you know.
Good soup.
I don't know. Well, hold on now. I'll get to you. Different, but okay for them. Yeah, I feel you, John. I understand what you're saying. I was thinking about taking a boat to Australia and then taking another boat to the Philippines. Go under the radar. No, I'm not a fugitive or anything like that. But I don't know why I have a hard time saying damn or you're
Dan
really gonna
Maria.
sit there and eat that? You're really gonna eat that, Miles? I'm joking. I'm joking. You eat. If you're hungry, eat. What's that? A breakfast taco? A breakfast taco? A
Mm,
breakfast pizza?
yeah.
Would you make? When did you make that?
Yesterday afternoon.
Nothing like pizza. For some reason, Italian food tastes better the next day. Lasagna, spaghetti, pizza. I remember during my bachelor's days, I wouldn't even heat it up the next day. I just pull one out of the refrigerator. I know. Oops, I missed one. Which I consider I consider Badak my home. But are you talking about Philly? You know, I've been really thinking about that lately. Here in the past couple of days, going
Yep.
back.
going back to your hometown.
Yeah, but see, a
Yep.
lot of my family moved out of the area that I grew up in. They got away. I think some of them live in Chichester. There's a place. God, I can't remember. You take 470 north. There's a college called Uranus or Usinus or something like that. I forget the name of it. They live right around that college. Uranus. Sinus or Usinus or something like that. I don't know. It's a college town. Yeah, pizza. Yeah, Shakey's.
Yeah. Yes.
They got John. Got good wings too. Chicken wings.
Mhm. And also the potato crush, potato hash brown.
Oh, hash browns. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Peter, how you doing, man?
Good
Hope.
evening, good morning.
Yeah. Hey, Peter, does that sound good, man? Taking me a tanker or something from the States to Australia, and then get me another tanker from Australia to the Philippines. Yeah, Miles, those pizzas are good. Oh, back to the. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't answer that. Yeah, yep, it is. It's not. Everybody saying, "Well, you want to go to jail?" No, I'm not going to jail. It's just events have happened. It's not only me. It's another 13 other truck drivers. I can't get it. I can't talk about it. But there's a lot of branches involved in this. But no, I didn't even do anything criminal. But it's deep.
Mhm.
It's deep. So, what you want to talk about today?
Talk about today is about the weather is on and off. What I mean that there is just like now the sun comes out and then later will cloud and then rain. And then
Yeah, it's typical.
a
That's what
few
happens all the
minutes.
time.
Mm,
That's what happens all the time. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. But I bring it up lots of times. You know, it's a
yep.
cycle. All right, we got to talk, Miles, or everybody's going to start bailing on us.
What?
So
What?
hey, how's that Badak with the farmers market? How's that going along? You hear anything new about it?
The Batak market. No, I never heard or read. Sh- should be always this talking about in Facebook, but I cannot see any either in Facebook.
Yeah, I'm just surprised they doing any kind of investigation on it.
Mm.
What was the source of the fire? Like I said, I saw a video of it. It was hot, so there had to be some type of gas involved, like propane.
Yeah,
You know,
many people said the fire came from a double socket.
from a what?
Double socket electricity.
Oh, okay. Electrical short. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, that could have happened. Well, what happened? What it could have happened? Because I know they got I know there they have they got you know tiny little restaurants, or if that's what you want to call them, snacks places. They got
Mhm.
propane tanks.
Mhm.
Fire starts, they heat up, boom.
And also, we're talking last time that the beside the vegetable areas have upholstery, selling foams, selling the tumbler. I mean the plastic for storing water,
Uh huh.
clothing.
So there was a lot
Those,
of
those.
fuel there to keep the fire
Mm,
going. Yeah, it was hot. Hey, I'm doing my best, John. Hey, we appreciate it, John. We appreciate it.
mm,
See now, the Rileys, they're starting to post again on Facebook. They stopped doing it for a while. I don't know if you all remember the Rileys, Dan with the long beard and his Philippine wife. He had to
yeah.
go back to the States because of land dispute and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going to be, then he found out he was going to be there I don't know if he's back in the Philippines or he's still living in the States. I'm not sure. But then I know, Mercy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marcy ended up going back because it was going to be much, much longer than they thought it would. So I believe that she went back to the States.
Mm.
You know,
I think they're
yeah,
still there in the
I'm not
States.
sure. Hey, thank you, Doss. We appreciate it. We don't expect it, but we do appreciate it.
Bagos, good evening and thank you for the super sticker.
So, what's the latest? What is the latest news in Badak? What's going on?
The latest news while I do the walking very early this morning. I walk down to the street or the in front of the municipality, go back there, go straight and turn right, go to back of the municipality. I found out that the the school that they are um, building is almost finished.
What school? Where at?
This school back of the municipality. The
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. They've been working on that for a while.
yeah.
They were working. They were well, taking down areas. They're
Mm-hmm.
expanding, right?
Yep. Or with second floor.
Yeah, it's what she's talking about. It's Badak Public School. That's the public school there.
Obviously. Mm, and
I know. It's yeah. She knows Miles knows the cycle, but she's getting a little upset about it. And I was like, that's how it always is. It's sunny, and then it starts draining. It starts
y-
drizzling, and then a little bit more rain, and then a downpour, and then it stops. It's a cycle. And this is all day long.
the bad thing is, yeah, you can see it's sunny. You want to go somewhere, and you didn't bring any umbrella. Then suddenly it will rain.
Yep. You get used to it though. I mean, the funny thing is, and John probably when it's no rain, like they've been having no rain since what, September?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a long time. And people complain about it. And now when it's starting to rain, they'll complain about that. There is no happy medium, you know? The farmers are grateful because they ain't got to pump their wells, you know?
Yeah. Kuya John, is it raining in Bulacan?
So when's the last time the Tesla was taken out, the EV?
Maybe we'll
When's the
take it
last
out. Maybe we'll take it out today.
today?
Yeah.
How about before then? Last time
Last
Liam
that
was there?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Every week.
All right. Now, Miles keeps up on that stuff, the weeds and stuff in your garden. You keep up on that.
Yes, you're right, Kuya Jan. Make myself busy pulling those tiny grasses growing in a garden. Weed. Wow.
The weeds, yeah.
Mm.
Hey, Jack, how you doing? Glad to see you here. Glad to
Hey,
see you here.
Jackie.
Hopefully you're
Jackie
doing well.
Mancha.
Jack, I just hope you're doing well, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, John, you just get used to it, you know? It's raining. And I don't
Yeah.
know the area that you're in, if that's a farming community, they depend on the rain. Saves them a lot of
Mhm.
money. They ain't got to run pumps to pump from the
Yep.
wells, you know? That's the way I look at it. It's not all about me. It's not
Still,
all
they are
about me.
used here. It's still they are using their pump because no water.
Oh, it's not enough rain?
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. It
That
rained and
that
then
is
no
the
rain for a
main.
while.
Mhm.
Right.
That is the main problem of farmers.
Yeah. See, in the States, they got it. They got, I mean, they'll have water piping for acres and miles and and it looks like they got a big wheel on them, which they do because they move them around. And that's what they use to water them.
They got problem when have excessive rain.
Well, they don't use them then. They don't use the water system. They don't need to if it's good rain.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll see them out there, and it really it's like in Nebraska and places like that. When the wind picks up and they got that water running,
Hmm.
you be driving on the highway going across the 80, and the whole side of your truck gets all damp because the wind's
Oh,
being blowing all the water. Yeah,
no drainage be.
no, because it goes into the ground.
Mm.
Where's that at, Jack? 112. That's hot.
Yeah.
Hey, Paulie, how you doing?
Hello, Polly. Just
Daryl's not
here
here.
with
If he's
me.
coming on, he's got a lot of things going on, so he might not show up.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another thing, man. I miss if you want a mango, just you go outside and get one from a mango tree instead of have to go to the store.
Mhm. Oh
Arkansas, yeah.
no, still have a lot of mango dropping on the ground. Mhm. That
They still
smelling.
dropping on
That's
it, huh?
yeah. That's why flies attract.
Oh yeah, this time of the year the flies get really bad
Hmm.
because the mangoes are dropping.
Also jackfruit. You know that jackfruit
Yeah,
also will attract
yeah.
flies.
Are you still making your smoothies with avocado, banana, and what else?
Banana and apple. Apple smooth.
Okay, Central Arkansas.
Yes. expenses.
Yeah, you can get a lot of stuff. Yeah, you can get a lot of stuff for free in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
You just walk around. And your average person, if a mango or whatever tree's growing on their property, they don't care if you pick it or not. They don't care, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the jackfruit to the next door. Cheryl said, "Mom, the jackfruit there is already got rotten." That's why 2 days ago I can smell the strong smell of jackfruit.
You talking about the old couple?
Yeah,
They got a lot of stuff. I noticed that they got a lot of stuff growing around them. You really never see them picking it. You know, they got banana trees. They got the mangoes. They got jackfruit, and they have something else.
the
But you don't
but
see them picking it.
the the mango is just drop on the ground. The banana is okay. The old man harvest it.
Yeah,
The
but we
ma-
got that. Here's a wall. They got a banana tree right next to the wall.
yeah.
All you got to do is reach up and.
Mm.
But I don't know how you would take that. I never did it. You know. I wonder because I'm like, it's kind of like steal. No, taking something that doesn't belong to you.
And the jackfruit have a lot of fruits, but they are just only got rotten. They don't harvest them.
That's what I'm saying. He's got all that
Yeah.
fruit trees around him. I wonder if you can grow an orange tree there.
Yeah, can grow orange, but it's a big tree.
Yeah, it's a big tree, but I wonder if you can grow them there. Or what do they call it? Key lime tree?
What you know?
Key lime.
Oh,
Yeah, Florida's famous for that. The key lime pies and ooh, they're good. The first couple, it's
okay.
kind
Mm-hmm.
of like I don't know if we want to call it sour, but I forget, you know. But after the maybe after two pieces, your mouth goes numb. But they're good. They're good. Key lime pies. Yeah, smoothies. Miles used to make smoothies all the time.
Yep. Also that papaya is
Yeah, jackfruit.
unfor- I unfortunately the papaya that I grew 80 back, all of them are male.
All of them.
Yes. Mhm.
Well, how do you know what's a growing? You know, I mean, how do you know if it's going to be male or it's going to be female, or nobody knows until it grows? I'm not a garden guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, you may know it when it already start bearing flower.
Yeah,
The the flower of the male is the stalk are have longer stalk, but the female is just a short stalk, and then you can see the big flower comes out. So I cut down those papaya and throw them away. Oh, I have no papaya this year. I
no.
will plant again, yeah.
So when you plant them, it's a risk you're taking, right? You don't know if it's going to come up
Mm,
male or female.
yeah,
Like you said, you
yeah,
planted some and they all come up males.
yeah.
So you need to find them all, woman.
Mm, yeah.
Hey, Mayor, how you doing? Glad to see you. Hey,
How you doing?
oranges don't grow that well. John, what's weird though, like in Florida, Florida kind of has the same weather that the Philippines do, hot and humid. And they got orange
Mm,
trees all over the place,
yep.
all over. You know,
The hot area. What was it?
it's
Is it?
hot in Florida. Yeah, it's hot.
Um,
Hey, DC, how you
Hello,
doing?
TC.
The funny thing about Florida is you got a lot of people from the north, mostly from the Northeast, that move down there, and then they complain about the heat. You know,
Yep. Until they get used to it.
yeah, that's why they got air conditioning. And those houses, most of them houses, well, the newer ones are built pretty well, hurricane proof, so or somewhat hurricane proof. They're built well, insulated.
Mm-hmm. And
What?
Hawaii. Is it in Guam? Is cold? Is it cold country or not? Guam is an island, so maybe it is hot. Be? Oh, it's
What's that?
raining again. Guam.
Is it
Guam. Is it hot there?
what here?
In
Oh,
Guam.
Guam. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's same temperature it is in the Philippines.
It's raining again.
I was in Guam, but I was only there for like 2 days.
Mm.
That many lemons, huh? Yeah, lemons. I'm not a big fan of lemon.
Lemon is good. Can use for cooking or and other some purposes, especially marinating too.
Yeah, I understand that, man. I understand. Sometimes just you just don't want to talk. I get it. I get it. You're
Sometimes it
trying to.
happen. It's happen like you just don't feel uh talkative.
No, well, sometimes it's either you're in pain or just something irritating you, and if you try to
Yeah.
have a conversation with somebody, you come across angry, so you just rather not. So you just don't talk to anybody. I've been there. Believe me, I've been there.
Hmm.
Just keep to yourself and figure it out in your head. Oh, Guam is hotter. Like I said, I was only there like 2 days.
Oh, oh.
It's hotter. I didn't think anything can get hotter in the Philippines. How about you, Miles?
It's hot in the Philippines.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to break, let it cool off. You know, naturally.
Mm. Mhm. But more hotter this time. It's more hotter. It's 7 o'clock. That's why I said I said while ago. I checked. It's only 7 o'clock, but the heat is kind of like 10 o'clock already.
Yeah, it gets hot. Philippines. I mean,
Yeah.
by 7 o'clock in the morning, it's like 80 something degrees and like 60% humidity.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, after a while, you get used to it. But at first, that's what makes me laugh. Oh, people and anybody that's been living in the Philippines or been in the Philippines for a long while, they'll tell you. the people, Westerners, come there like, oh, I don't need no aircon. A couple weeks later, like, where can I buy me an aircon? You know. But the split type is the prices have come down. I know the whole time I was there, the prices have come down on them. You know, because they're getting
Split
very,
type.
very popular. Yeah,
Yeah,
split the type we have because they're
yeah.
getting very popular. And instead
Many
of
people
cutting out
using
a big hole in your wall, all you got to do is cut out just enough
a
so the hose
hole.
can go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be positive. Yeah. Sometimes, John, sometimes it's hard, man. Sometimes it's hard to be positive, you know? Sometimes it's hard.
Sometimes more, Kuya John, more negative than positive.
Hey, John, how many times were you like at a not a big gathering, but you bunch around bunch of people, and you got that one person that's always happily and bubbly, and just look at them like, you know, like get
Mm.
away from me. And just oh, I'm not grumpy. I'm just I don't know. It's been hot and humid in Maryland. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Maryland can get hot. Not super, super hot, but it can get hot. And plus, DC, you got to remember, you used to, the temp, and then when summer fully kicks in, you're like, oh my god, you know. Now a Filipino will be walking around like it's cold, you know.
Wearing jacket,
I don't know.
wearing long sleeve
Yeah,
shirts,
yeah.
wearing jacket, I hoodie.
John, it's like you're poking the bear, John. You're poking the bear. Now we're fine. It's just I'm not really in a grumpy mood. I'm in one of those don't mess with me moods, you know? But see, I know, John, I'm the type of person I know when I'm in that kind of mood and I just isolate myself, you know? Just like if I'm in a lot of pain, ask
leave
Miles,
me,
I isolate
leave,
myself.
leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
You know, like John, when I got the common cold, I'm right at death's door, you know? I just want to be left alone so I can die in peace.
That's the hardest part. No one
I
knows if you, if you.
Nah, usually if I'm feeling really bad, I just like I said, I'll go in the bedroom and just chill out there. You know that I'm not going to put a damper on Miles' life. You know, yeah, too fire. Yeah, I think that's one of the problems you have as far as firefighters when the heat.
Mhm.
What did a firefighter tell me? The seasons that they kind of like, oh, here we go. It's Christmas, New Year's, 4th of July, and a lot of if during the summertime the heat goes up because that's when we get really busy.
Yeah.
At one time, hey, remember? I don't know if you how long you've been doing it. Remember at one time people were using gasoline and kerosene heaters. Make that make sense. Yeah, people people putting gasoline in their kerosene heaters. Make that make sense.
Counseling.
Oh, this John, there's sometimes I can be grumpy. Depends on it's not a all every day, all day. It's just sometimes it's just when you can't do something, when you can't do anything about an event, and you get frustrated. Sound like my wife? Okay. Why you won't be, Paulie? Believe me, there's times when Miles is in a grumpy mood. Right, Miles? She don't want to answer. You pleading the fifth?
Yeah. No, not always. I'm
What?
I'm making a list again for tomorrow's market day.
Okay. Being a man, being alone is not a bad thing. Okay, it's what you make of it. I mean, there's some people who just rather be alone all the time.
Yeah, true. But there is also a problem.
What's the problem?
Being alone is not good also. Always not yeah, not always.
Yeah, but there's people around that shouldn't be around other people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there is people around that shouldn't be with other people, and they're not people. They're not a people person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it all with me. It depends on who it is. You know what I mean? I'm not phony. Okay, I'm sorry. If I don't care for somebody, I'd rather not be around them. I don't try to put on the fake smile and everything like that. I don't want to be around somebody. I don't try to fake it.
Mm-hmm.
Then don't go to the Navy Exchange. Go to like Sears or Walmart. They basically sell the same stuff, I believe. I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I've been in the exchange. A long time. Yeah, especially DC, especially the type of
Yeah,
job you have. I'm pretty sure you enjoy your alone time.
correct. Sometimes much better to being alone. You can feel peaceful, no stress.
Yes.
Not no
Yes.
stress, less
Yes.
stress.
Yes. 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 Why,
Yeah.
DC, can you see the look on my face? That's another thing. I can't hide anything. People can read my face when I'm like, it depends on how you look at it, man. I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Yeah.
Like I say, I don't mind being around people that I like to be around. You know, I don't like being around needy people, you know? or people that want to sit there and just talk about themselves. I really don't care about you. Nah, not that. No, that was rude. In other words, all they want to do is talk about them, them, them. You're like, okay.
What's
Navy
that?
Exchange has
What's
gotten expensive. It's like a department store that military. It's not. It's not in a. It's usually on base or around a base, and the only way you can get in there if you got an ID card, and you can bring like one. Probably what is it? One guest, I think. It's been years, man. It's been years since I've been in the Navy Exchange. The only time I ever went in the Navy, well, I went to the commissary, but the only time I went to Navy Exchange is when I had to pick up something for my uniform. That was the uniform shop. That was really about it. You know,
Mhm.
because like you said, it's just I think they're kind of expensive. Now,
What are
somebody, go ahead, go ahead.
what are those? Those are the second hand or
No, 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 no. It's like going to the department store.
oh okay.
But isn't it? Do they have taxes? Do they put sales tax on in Navy Exchange? I don't remember. Kid, don't shut up. I don't know if they put all day long, man, all day long. Um, yeah, I thought that was the whole thing, that the whole thing behind Navy Exchange and the commissary is where military personnel can go to them because they were reasonably priced. Yeah, I know that, the surcharge. Now, do you have, hey Paul, do they have at the commissary, do you have those people that would come in like a couple days after payday and they would doing the bagging? They bag your groceries and then you give them a tip.
Mm.
Another one, Norfolk had it. And you know who, Miles, you know who mostly did the bagging?
Oh,
Filipinos.
eh.
Filipinos. It was just the wives. And they go in that. I'm not saying, I don't think there was anything wrong with it. They want to make some extra money. Nothing wrong with that. But that's what they did. They were there, like I said, usually like the first couple days after a payday was usually the busiest because everybody was rich. Everybody had money in their pocket. And you go the commissary, and that's when you would see them. But see, I always try to hold off until like a week later because the commissary wasn't so packed. I mean, you get in a line to wait for the cat, you're in there forever. You spend more time in line than you do looking for your stuff.
You know, Filipino, especially the woman, mostly they, if possible, they want to wear clothes every time new, all the time new. Especially those with they want to, if they will go out, they want a new look.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I do know the. I don't know if Paul. I do know that the exchange in Scotland, that thing was it was small. You know what I mean? But they always had the high demand things in there.
Hmm.
And then they opened up there was a exchange gasoline station that sold junk inside, like candy and snacks and beer.
Mm.
Behind that, they opened up like a furniture place. It wasn't very much furniture in there, okay, but they opened that up. It seemed to be pretty well. They still have the baggers. Are they all Filipinos? I just remember. I don't know why that sticks out in my mind. They always, and I used to go, and it just seemed like every time I went there, the same ladies were. It was always late. Once in a while, I was a retired military Navy guy, but and they get to know you, and they sit there and talk to. They sit there and talk to you, and if you left it, you had to leave them a good tip, or you felt like a cheapskate.
Mm.
They were nice. They did a good bagging, so they didn't put the eggs at the bottom of the bag and put everything else on top of it. And they were good baggers. Yeah, Hawaii. I'm trying to remember if ever went to the exchange in Hawaii. I don't remember going to there. No, I wasn't stationed in Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii a couple times. Yeah, they still have the baggers there. Hey man, I thought you had did your daughter and your husband go on a trip? Or am I talking about a bad thing here? If I did, I apologize. They're not as busy as they once were. Probably because they ain't cheap anymore. Like I said, anytime I really went to the exchange is the uniform shop when I had to pick something up, you know? And it wasn't far. The exchange wasn't far from my house. 10-minute ride from the house. So it wasn't like I had to load up the car, take the family and drive an hour. It wasn't even that far. We used to go because the one in Norfolk had a food court. And when we were in Norfolk, we used to go there at the food court. There was a bunch of different little things there. And we used to get lunch there once in a while. Just like and you see a lot of guys off the ships doing the same thing or going across the street from the piers to McDonald's. Now it's like, why are you guys in here eating when you got the ship? And he goes, and they said they were serving something. I can't remember what it was. It was always one meal these guys prepared. They were like, no, I ain't eating that. I got options now. I can go across the street to McDonald's. I said, yeah, but the food on the ship's basically free. It's not worth it. I said, all right, whatever works for you. I could see Myles as a bagger at the commissary. They made some good money. They made good money. They would have a jar, and you put the tip in it, and you look in there, you see some $5 bill, $10 bills in there. Like, she's making money. They make good money. I don't know how much. I never asked. It's none of my business. So did you ever? So you have any idea what you're going to do today? Let's get off the commissary.
I don't know. It's
You're not
Sunday.
being very-
It's Sunday.
I know that, but
Like someone,
it
if it's not raining, I don't know if I will take Liam and we will go to but they need to go. Cheryl said, but they need to go back a little bit early. I want to go to the beach, not swimming because it's raining. Just walking on, just walking
even if
in
it's
there.
raining, even if it's raining, you're going to go walk on the beach.
Yeah, with umbrella.
Whatever works for you.
So weird. No, it's a long time we didn't go there anymore. It's March.
Yeah, the beach is not far. Beach is not far from the house. The first beach. Now there's a couple other ones as you drive more west,
West, yeah.
and then you hit the final beach right near Ilocos Norte.
Yep.
You'll be in Badak, right? Is that
Mhm.
Badak, that beach there? Yeah, and you can look across and you can see another beach, and that's Ilocos Norte.
There's the boundary a long string from from the water to maybe they connect some tree in there. It's a big that is their boundary. The other side already Ilocos Sur.
Remember? Yeah. No, I ain't gonna bring that up. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, there ain't nothing going on around here, Miles. Nothing at all.
And you go and play with the kids though. You're the grandpa, so
I do, I do, I try, but they just they won't. He won't. They don't sit still.
uh-huh.
You know.
Just like me, sometimes
Not.
I will sit to while Lakeisha is in mood to play. I will sit down and play with her.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then if
Dominic,
I
the
don't,
youngest one. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
if I don't listen to, ah, wala, wala. He said, we're going to dance.
I mean, Dominic will sit down with you if you're watching something. The other one, he won't sit for 2 minutes.
Roman is just sit down and watching.
Yeah, Roman's
Domin,
like
yeah.
the other one. He
You
won't.
know,
He won't sit still for 2 minutes.
they said if a child like that age, if it is very active, always aggressive, what he wants to do like that, they said when they grow up, they will be good.
What do you mean good?
They are uh, smart,
Maybe I don't
become
know.
smart. Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe I don't know. Today, man, it's totally different. I remember when I was a kid, man. I was never inside the house. Never inside the house. Never.
Mm, and for me is I don't know why that is my maybe that is during my youngest time and now it kind of like I rather stay at home. Not
Well, because you're
always.
older.
Yeah, I need some relax. I need to have relax also, but not always. But most likely, I want to stay at home or doing something.
Well, I'm the same way, but sometimes I need my people time. Okay, I don't hate being around people. I'm just very selective who I'm going to be around. All right. And
Mm,
no, I'm not, I don't think I'm better than them. It's just that I just want to
mhm,
be, I want to be around the people I like being around, and I don't want to be around the people I don't want to be around. You know what I
mm,
mean? And I have my times, you know that. Hey, Miles, I'm going to go with, I'm going to, lunch coming up. And I say, all right, Miles, I'm going to go walk the empanada girls and I'll get us some
mm,
empanadas. What kind you want? And I go there and I'll order it. I'll order what we want. And it only takes a couple seconds to get your order. Okay. But they'll sit there
mm,
and start talking to me, you know,
mhm. At my young
and I'll
age,
be there longer than I expect.
after school, my uncle wants me to go and get the buffalo. I mean the water buffalo
Yeah.
and
But see,
taking care of it.
let me turn this light on.
Mhm. Yay! My hobbies become
No, I'm still fat. Don't lie to yourself. I'm still fat. Let's get
now.
over it.
It's 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 bad if you say fat.
I know I'm still fat.
I was so
I'm not in denial. I say it so nobody else can. That's the
uh,
way I look at it.
at young age, if I taking care of the buffalo, just stay at the back of the buffalo and start singing until the buffalo get um full.
Get full. What do you mean by full?
Full when I'm taking care the
Oh,
buffalo, I
okay.
put them eat. and then I will bring them to the small river or stream to have to drink and make a bath, take a just drink,
Yeah.
then bring
Well,
them back
usually,
home.
well,
Mhm.
usually, even though the water buffalo ain't gonna be doing anything that day, okay, because they do work then. They're strong animals. They
Mm,
usually take them out by the water, and the water buffalo will sit in lay in that water all day long, which is
I
fine.
love
It's
those.
keeping cool.
I love those days when I'm young. I'm young. I'm still young. After school Saturday, Sunday, if not taking care of the buffalo, going to the fish pond and fishing.
Yeah.
I'm not a I'm not a sometimes I avoid that social
Yeah, but like I was
habit.
telling you before, just if I'm in the mood, I'll be social. But sometimes I don't want to be. Sometimes I just don't want to be. I'm not
Okay.
antisocial, but no, I'm not antisocial. But like I said, I don't
It's
have to have a bunch of people around me. I don't have to have a bunch of friends that make me feel I have worth. I don't.
mm,
I just pick quality friends.
mhm. This question of this is how you learn
How
your
do I learn
editing.
editing? One mistake after another. I learned. I make a mistake. Oh, I ain't gonna work. Oh, what am I thinking? You know, Believe
Mhm,
me. If you got a Mac, you got iMovie. That's probably one of the easiest, user friendly
mhm,
editing programs you could use. The easiest. And that's what I started off with, iMovie. But then I wanted to add things here and if you decide to do the vlogging thing, you want to add things on here and there. But
mhm,
I always tell people don't go out and spend a bunch. I mean, people go out and spend crazy amounts of money on editing and stuff like that. And then they find out that they really don't want to do it. So they bought cameras and I mean, my GoPros, my first one lasted how many years? 5, 6 years, and that thing was
five
beat to hell.
or six
Beat
six
to
years,
hell. And then the second one,
2020.
yeah. And then my second GoPro, I realized all the second one was just like the first one, but all they did is
Mm,
slap a different number on it, which I never. All I got to do is update the firmware for because they didn't change anything about it. As far as
mm-mm,
the hardware on it. The only thing that was different, you could have updated the firmware and did the same thing on the 8. But I like the camera I got now, the DJI Action 6. I like it. I like it a lot. And that'll probably be my last one. Hopefully, my last one because it's more user friendly and it doesn't shut down like the GoPro does. GoPro shut down within 5 minutes. It overheats and shuts down on you. So, but yeah, editing. It's like I said. You got if you got a MacBook or something like that, you got the iMovie. I mean, if you want to get into it, you start on that and you learn. You learn, and then if you want, you can get after a while, like a couple of years, like I did. I got Final Cut Pro. All that was is iMovie on steroids. You know what I mean? You can do a lot more, and then you can get DaVinci and all the other ones after that, depending on what you want to do. But I just want to keep my vlogs simple. You know what I mean? I hate watching a video that's over edited. And in other words, I got all this stuff going on, and
mm.
you're like, I don't. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm not trying to be like Mr. Beast. I'll never be like Mr. Beast. I mean, even Charlie even says, don't go out and spend all your money on editing and cameras. Because even if you got an iPhone or iPhone's probably one of the better phones to use if you have one, like the iPhone 13 or the 14. You don't need to go out. If you already have that, use that. You know, some people feel they need to go out and they think the more the piece of equipment costs, the better off they be. And that's not true. Yeah, you have better quality. Doesn't mean you have better videos. All right, Paul, you be good, man. It'd be nice if we see you, but I understand you got a
Thank you
life.
so much.
Yeah, thank you for showing
Thank
up,
you
man.
for showing up,
Yeah,
Polly.
yeah. That's how I feel now, Mayor. I don't have a car. Yeah, I can hop on that bike, and I could take the bike and ride it to go to the closest store. But all that is a convenience store. I think there's a lot of disadvantages of living here where I'm at. There's nothing around, nothing. I mean, the people don't even come out of their houses.
I
You
don't know
know,
why what is the reason why they don't go?
I don't know.
Oh,
People,
they are all out for walk
mm,
or them.
they just don't come out of their houses. Today, when I went outside, it was like during the week, nothing.
Yeah.
Like I said before, the only way you know that people live there is because they got cars parked in the driveway. That's it.
There
That's
should be a
it.
family gathering like
Like
doing
there
the
is.
the barbecue something like that.
It's a different culture here, Miles. It's not like the Philippines where you know
The
people get together all the time.
yeah, and have the bodle fight with the banana leaves on the table.
It's just
Oh, DC, if you experience that one, maybe you like it. You may like it because you're. I know you're cowboy. You're a smart man. Maybe you like that
no. I
kind of.
want since I'm pretty sure DC's been fighting fires for many years. If you
Mhm,
come to the Philippines and the experiences watching them fight a fire, you'd be like, what the hell are they
mhm.
doing? He'll have to control himself from coming in there and taking lead, you know? You're like, what are you doing? Yeah, Mary's in Michigan. Hey, Mary, do you live around Ted Nugent? He's a famous 60s, maybe 70s rock star. He's pro guns, pro hunting. He owns acres in Michigan, acres and acres in Michigan. Has a hunting camp in Michigan. Good guy. And he speaks his mind. If he's got something to say, he's going to say it. He don't care. He doesn't care whose feelings he hurts. He's going to say it. A lot of people say he rubs you.
Mary, if I am in the US, maybe and living near your place, maybe I
She's
will go
far
with.
away. She's
Yeah,
far
yeah.
away.
If I am in the US and living near her place, maybe I will go there every day and talking about our the the
I'm
during the
not trying to.
days during the
I'm not.
days
I'm not.
during
I'm
our
not trying to.
days.
I'm not trying to put you down or anything like Miles. But when you couldn't handle the winters, it gets cold in Michigan in the wintertime. You'd be like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. I gotta go. It gets very cold. They're right up by Canada.
Well, eat more leather so you can eat more leather so that you can.
What's lettuce going to do for you? It's cold.
No, you eat more leather.
Every movie you see, okay, every movie, and I'm not exaggerating. Every movie you see that's taking place in Michigan in the winter,
Mm.
you'll see a kid wearing a whole winter bodysuit where he can't walk and he
Mhm.
wobbles when he walks and his arms are real stiff. That's how cold it gets in Michigan. Michigan's cold. It's cold. That whole area, Buffalo, New York, Michigan, it gets cold. Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, not friendly. Do you live near Detroit or do you live like west of it? Or I don't think Detroit. I don't think you can get any south or north than Detroit. Well, Canada's up there, but yeah, that's how it is here. I don't know if they're friendly or not because I don't see anybody. Once in a while, you'll see somebody get in their car, but their lives are so wrapped up in what they're doing. I don't think they realize I'm even there when I'm walking by. I don't think they even realize it.
Mm.
You know? Yeah. One time. Yeah. At the border crossing, one time, Nick Mary, this was so stupid. I had to pick up something from Detroit, and then I had to go north into Canada, not even 3 miles, and then turn around and come back into the United States. I was in Canada. I was back in the United States within like an hour. Oh, an hour east. Okay. Yeah, I was back, and I was like, and it's easier going into Canada than it is coming back to the United States.
Mm.
Why were you there such a short time? And I gave him the bills. I said, that's why. I had to drop it off because a Canadian was, which I didn't care less. A Canadian was had to pick up the load and take it up north, further north. They didn't have the permits because I didn't know this. You need permits. U.S. needs permits to go into Canada. Well, they didn't have the permits for me to go any further than I did. So I would have got paid good money. Nope. The Canadian had to pick it up. And he said he felt bad. And I was like, I don't care, man. I don't care. I think it was the whole load weighed maybe 400 pounds. So it was nothing really in there.
Mm.
It gets cold up there, Miles. It's real cold. You wouldn't like it.
For I would like it for the first half half year, but more than that, maybe I go back to Philippines.
Yeah, it gets
Yes,
cold.
yeah, Jai. Yes, continue. I will maybe yes.
Yeah, Miles is always talking about going somewhere where it gets really cold. I'm like, Miles, you can't do it. You can't. I mean, the temperature drops below 90s. He acts like it's freaking, it's like a freeze over. I'll be walking around in shorts and a t-shirt. She'll be wearing like long pants and a thick shirt. And I was like, you would not be able to handle the winters, especially up north. The more south you go, it gets better. But you go up north, I said you would never. It's like Buffalo, Michigan, areas like that. I said, Miles. Or Canada. She talked about going to Canada one time or living in Canada. I was like, you'll never make it. It's too cold for you. You'll be in a house all the time. Is everything okay?
I thought someone knocking the door.
So what time are you going to go to the market?
Tomorrow?
Oh, I thought you said you were going today.
No.
Because you said they were
Tomorrow.
leaving early. They were going to leave
Yeah, they
early.
were
You're going to go to
leaving.
somewhere.
No. If this kind of weather be, I won't go
Oh,
anywhere.
yeah. You said you were going to the beach. That's right.
Yeah. But they said they will go home early. Yeah.
I don't know. Up where they live, up where her daughter lives. It's all dirt roads and everything.
Yeah.
It gets nasty up there when it's raining a lot. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. That's a good relationship you got going on. Yeah, that's a good neighborhood. You know, they're hard. DC, they're hard to find neighborhoods like that. You know,
Yeah.
people are so I don't know. People just don't want to talk to people anymore. You know, everybody's so isolated. There used to
Yes.
be a guy when I lived. I was renting a house. It was on a cul-de-sac, and there used to be this old guy, and everybody'd say he was mean. He wasn't mean. He was old. And I talked to him. He was a really nice guy. He was an officer in the Navy, retired, and his wife passed. He said it was like 3 years
Good.
after he retired, his wife passed away. And I said, "You never got remarried?" And he says, "Why?" I was like, "I don't know. I just thought I asked." He says,
Mm-hmm.
"No." And he's been in that house by himself for all them years. I said, "You got any?" He said, "Never had any kids." It's like, damn. So, I go over there and talk to him. He cut his grass. I pull out my lawnmower and I help him cut the grass. He was like in his
Mm-hmm.
80s, 70s or 80s. I don't remember. He was a good guy. But people wouldn't talk. They said he was mean. I said he's not mean. He's got all them years in the military. You always keep that stone face, you know? So no, he's a good guy. BLT say that sounds good. Nothing wrong with a good BLT sandwich. Nothing wrong. Bacon,
What
lettuce,
is?
tomato sandwich.
Oh,
Bacon,
okay.
lettuce, and tomato. You know?
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I love bacon. Oh, I love bacon. People ask you, do you ever eat so much bacon when you feel sick? I'm like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon's good. You know what bacon is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
God's gift to humans for being good. There you go. It's good. I, but I don't like that thick cut bacon. I don't know why. I just don't like it.
Just
It tastes good, but it's just too much work.
we make our homemade bacon before, right?
Yeah.
Smoke bacon.
Yeah, it was good. We slice it in the meat
Mm,
slicer.
yeah.
But I don't like that thick stuff. Ah, you got them there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The ones that think their way of thinking should be your way of thinking. Yeah, I met them. You don't live in an HOA, do you? What's this? What?
Mary, no. Mary, come over here in the Philippines. You can all experience this.
No, you won't smell
Loud
weed.
kids,
You
loud.
won't smell weed.
Yeah.
Marijuana.
Yeah, I know.
You won't smell that. Not in the
Except that,
Philippines.
accept that it's that way. Yeah.
That'll never become legal in the Philippines. Never.
No.
No. Not even gummies. Not even THC. None of that stuff will ever be legal in the Philippines. You know?
Yep.
What was it? Thailand one time made it legal, and I don't know if they were thinking about making it illegal because it caused so many problems. So many problems. I
Thailand
don't
is
know.
not Thailand's not legal.
It was legal at one time,
Oh, okay.
but then they, but they
Mhm.
realized it was becoming a serious problem. So I don't know. They're talking about making it illegal, but I don't know if that ever happened.
Mm.
Oh, no HOA. I can't. I don't understand why someone would want to buy a home in an HOA development. I don't get it. Some people think they're the best thing in the world, and some people say it's the worst.
Mm.
I don't want somebody telling me what color to have my house, or what flowers, or what I can do with my property. I paid for it. You didn't. Quiet. Now I just wonder if you refuse to join an HOA.
What is
I wonder if
HOA
that's
there?
legal.
Ah,
Something organization. I don't HOA. I'm not
okay,
sure.
okay.
It's where your neighborhood's governed by a body of people, and they tell you how to do everything.
Kind of like a fraternity.
Like a what?
Fraternity. It's a kind of a group of people, a member of people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that
HOA. Hey, Paulie, is your house, is your neighborhood HOA? It's,
okay?
but I
I know.
wonder
I know.
if I wonder if you can refuse it. I didn't sign up for this. No, 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 no. You ain't told me to do with my house.
Mm.
They got people walk around. It'll give you fines.
Mm.
You know. All right, Paulie.
Okay.
What does that have to do with you heading back to the Philippines? I mean, like I said, I avoid HOAs. I'm sorry. I know people that said, man, they're the biggest pain in the asses you ever want to meet. They actually think they own your house and the land and the property you sit on, and they dictate everything. It's like, no. Yes, I don't know why. Maybe I couldn't think of the homeowners association. They're
Oh,
catching people that are part of the boards committing fraud, taking some of that money they fine people with and they're putting it in their own pockets. A couple of them got caught doing that. Yeah, they fine you for everything. Your grass is too high. Here's a fine. We don't like the color of that flower. Here's a. I ain't playing your game. I would. I wonder if you can refuse being a member of
why
HOA
why they all mind that like that? It's mine.
because
It's
they get
my
that.
house.
I understand. And I agree with you.
Uh-huh.
And I want nothing to do with HOAs. I wonder if, like I said, can you? No, I'm not joining no HOA. I ain't signing nothing.
Mhm.
Like I said, I know people. And some people think it's the best thing in the world. Hey, that's you. But a lot of them are part of the board. So that just
Mm.
tells you. But I know a lot of people are like It's the worst thing you could ever do.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Like I said, some HOAs are probably good. I don't know. I never belonged to one, and I no. And some are like really bad, really bad. Like I said, I know people who are like, dude, you don't want to get involved with these people, man. They get the narcissists. They want to dictate everything to you. Well, that would be the neighborhood, Paulie. I'm sorry, that'd be the neighborhood. I mean, there was when I was living in Norfolk behind Bayview Elementary School, we had a guy that was kind of like that, and I didn't say nothing. You know, he was working on a car. Okay, you got to work on a car, but all of a sudden it went from one car to two car to three cars, and I went over to him one time. I said, "Hey, guy," I said, "You're not even supposed to have all these cars." He had a big
Mhm.
lot. And I said, "You're really not supposed to have all these cars." He goes, "What are you going to do about it?" I said, "I ain't going to do nothing. But when the township comes through here, they're going to give you tickets, especially you have no plates on two of them." I said, "They're not registered most likely, and they're going to fine you for it." I said, "I'm
Mhm.
not trying to be an ass. I'm trying to let you know you're out of control." He was a squid. No, he wasn't a sailor boy. He was a squid. Big difference. And I just he was and the neighbors. I mean, that's the only time I would talk to the guy about the cars. And I wasn't. I mean, I couldn't. If I stepped down on my front porch, I couldn't see him. He was off to the right hand side. If I was standing on my front porch, but there was other people, like the people that lived in front of him. So they were getting tired of it. And I said, "Then say something to him. He doesn't know
Mhm.
if he does." And they say, "Oh, we tried to," and he's just argumentative. I said, "Then, I mean, call the cops. Say, hey, this guy, I don't know what's going on, but he's got cars parked in his yard. He's playing music all hours of the night, you know." And I don't know about how they are around in Foley, but Norfolk, they watch houses before they do anything about it. They want to see a pattern. And he ended up well, come to find out, he was telling everybody he owned the house, but he wasn't. He
Mhm.
rented the house. Well, somebody
Mhm.
got a hold of the guy who was renting it, that he was renting it from. The guy went there and told him, "You need to clean this shit up. You need to move out." And the guy kind of gave the guy gave him an attitude. He says, "This ain't your house. This is my house." And I think a month later he was gone. The guy kicked him out.
Mhm.
You just got to talk to people, man. You just don't. I just don't like it. I mean, you might be having a good experience, but I heard so many people with bad ones. The Gestapo, they're like the Nazis, and I hate that word Nazi because it's used so much nowadays. But they think they can dictate to you with everything, and I understand the part about people don't know how to take care of their properties like they have. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what you would call it, but the neighbors come to them and say, "Hey, man, you need to straighten your shit up." You know.
Mhm.
But I probably what I don't understand, like yourself, well, you're probably a clean person, but if you're paying mortgage on a house, okay, why would you disrespect that house and the property it's on by trashing it? I don't get that. I don't understand how people can do that. You know, mortgage today they're not. I know people are paying $3,000 a month mortgage. I'm not paying that much money. There'll be the cleanest house in the neighborhood. It's a lot of money.
Mhm.
They need to realize you're alive. Yeah, the fees and the fines. Like I said, it's for some people and it's not for others. And I'm not saying like you might be in a good HOA. They're not crazy, okay. But like I said, I know a lot of people that like, God, what was I thinking? You know, I know a lot of people that backed out of buying a house because they found out it was under HOA. You know, They said it's more headaches than it's worth. But like I said, if you're into it, you're into it. You know. But I don't know how often they have new elections where you might get a whole bunch of really good people, and then you might get that one asshole. You know what I mean? That thinks he's freaking president now. No, you're not a president. You're a president of an HOA of 5 houses. Chill out. You know. Like I said, yeah. See, that's how Norfolk was. I mean, there's areas in Norfolk that I would never go into, but the Bayview area, it was mostly actually most of the Bayview area is either retired or active duty people with families, not kids. I mean, not it's not crazy, except with that one guy. People got on a shit, and then they called the owner of the house, and the owner of the house was a retired master chief, and he understood. You know, this guy was playing music. I mean, he came over not to my house, but I'd see him drive by. He'd drive it by like 1 o'clock in the morning. This retired master chief, and he hear the music because the guy was lying. No, I'm not. They're all lying. They're all lying. And he drove by a couple because I see he had a Dodge Durango, a black one. And every once in a while, you see him drive by. And he drove by at 1 o'clock, and his music was blaring. And within 2 weeks, that guy was gone. He says, "Nah, man." He goes, "I have a good relationship with everybody. Watches the house and lets me know when things are going on. When things are going on," he goes, "These people don't deserve him." He was in the military too, Paul. It doesn't mean anything. You got dirtbags in the Navy. You know that. You've been around long enough. Oh, yeah. And you're out in the Washington State. It's a whole different world there. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, it depends on where you're at in the HOAs, you know. It depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's Norfolk was the same way as far as they give you leniency. You know what I mean, DC? If you can prove you just purchased that car, all right, they'll give you a little leniency, but they'll watch. And then 6 months goes by and that car's still sitting there with no tags. Number one, next time they show up, they're showing up with a tow truck because they're taking that car. They're taking it no matter what. Number two, they're going to give you a fine. They'll give you a fine.
They impound it.
No, they don't impound it, they take it.
Yeah. Because
9 times out of 10, if it takes them that long for putting tags on your license plate on your car, means you have no title for it. You know? Well, you do. Well, I don't know. That's what I've been told. Police says a lot of times if you see a car sitting in a driveway or something like that with no plates for a long time, most likely it doesn't have a title.
No registration. Oh, no certificate.
That's because of the government, Paulie. That has nothing to do with the neighborhood. The government screwed Detroit over. And you can tell me whatever you want, but Detroit got screwed over by the government, by Clinton, matter of fact. I mean, I respect where you're coming from, Paulie. I'm not saying you're wrong. Okay. You don't need to be all defensive. I'm not saying you're wrong, but HOAs ain't for everybody. They're not. They're not for everybody. And they're not for me. I ain't having somebody nope. Hey, McLovin, how you doing, man?
Good evening.
No.
Evening.
Okay. Okay, Paulie. Okay. I don't want to argue with you, man. Bill Clinton, NAFTA. What happened after that? Yeah, the unions had a lot to do with it, but that's why the companies took off, because the unions, excessive labor rates. But Clinton opened the door for them. But you are right. The unions did kill Detroit, but the politicians had a big hand in it too. Believe me, I grew up in a union family. My dad was Teamsters, okay? But even when he right before he, a couple years before he passed away, he even told me there's no use for the unions anymore. They got laws now. They got laws. Unions all about this. And he even told me, never join a union. He goes, when they go to fight for you, because unions take a percentage of your pay for union dues, okay? And the more money you make, the more percentage, the more money they get. I'm not anti-union, but and where did Ford go? They went to Mexico and they went to Canada. But you're right, the unions had a lot to do with it. Like I said, my dad was union, but I grew up in a union household. You're right, especially OSHA. OSHA, it takes you a half hour to get set up to go up a ladder, because you got to put this on, you got to put a helmet on, you got to put a harness on, you got to put. It's crazy. I'm not disagreeing with your union, Paulie, but I'm just saying you're just trying to say it's all union. It was a joint effort. It was a joint effort between the government and the unions. The union, not the unions, but the companies got tired of paying. I deliver in Detroit. I delivered to a shop. Okay, it was a union shop, and the workers were on strike. They were on strike 4 months before that, and because the owner of the company was in there working. Okay, and I said, well, what, they ain't getting paid enough? And he said his guy who sweeps the floors, and I know you're not arguing about the union, but the guy that I pay to sweep the floors, he gets $19 an hour to sweep floors because of the union.
Mm.
I ain't got nothing against the union. The unions had their purpose. They had their purpose. But you just can't blame the unions, okay? When my dad joined the unions, it was, and I don't know if any of you know, it was really bad for truck drivers at one time, really bad. And the Teamsters stepped in, and they did a lot. They did a lot for truck drivers. I mean, my dad's first started in the 60s. Even before that, he was driving up to 24 hours a day. Or Paul, he would drive from Pennsylvania to Florida, and he had to get there all in one trip. So Paulie, I just think it's a mixture of both the government and the unions. Oh, I agree with you. Oh, yeah. I agree with you 100%. You got a bunch of people in D.C. that don't know jack shit, but they act like they do. I don't know. Hey, Paulie, they building up downtown? Oh, she already asked. See, Mary already asked that. I mean, I can remember going to Detroit. Mary, I remember going with my dad during the summertime, going into Detroit. We're talking early 70s. That place was booming. Place was happening. Then also when I started driving in the 2005, 6, 7, I go there and I was like, God damn. I seen more boarded up buildings than I'd seen actual buildings. But I think now I mean, a lot of the old union guys. I think McLaughlin's a union guy. He's getting a good pension now. I think that's the only benefit he got. I don't know. I don't know his story, but that's one of the good things is the benefit, the pensions they get. If it's ran right and it wasn't being skimmed, you know. My dad's Teamster 107 out of Philadelphia. Guys were retiring. And they found out they had nothing because people were skimming. Yeah, like I said, but what union were you? Were you pipe fitters or uh, you're fine, man. I'm not like I said, I ain't got nothing. My family was union. My dad was Teamster. I had nothing against the union. I had no okay, let me rephrase that. I had nothing against union workers. But like I said, you had those shop foremen. You're fine, man. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But I think hey, thank yeah. I enjoy it, man. It was nice to sit down and talk to somebody. I know it's yeah, this I met him at where did we go? Outback. We went to the Outback. We neither one of us had steak. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Very this guy is so freaking smart, man. I was impressed. That's when I was telling you I work at the electrical plants and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I was telling you, Miles?
Yeah.
That's him. The guy's been all over the world working on plants. And he also talked highly of the Filipinos. Hey, I was telling her, remember that story you were telling me about, was it Japan or China, where in the control rooms, the Chinese would have their legs sitting up on the thing and chilled out, and the Filipinos will be working inside the plant, working their asses off. Yeah, I was telling her about that.
Yeah.
Operating engineer, yeah. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against. They talked about one time. I said, yeah, that's they would McLovin. They were talking about one time about unionizing the Navy or the military in general. And I was like, it ain't gonna happen. And I was like, well, the federal employees can get unionized. I said, it's not gonna happen, man. Just get that out of your head. Because if it could, it would have already been happening. You know what I mean? I can't see it like I no, it ain't gonna happen. China, yeah. Yeah, I was telling her about that. Yeah, the guy's smart as hell, man. The guy's a freaking genius. Well, I don't know. Well, very smart guy. Very, very smart guy. Yeah, China. Yeah, I was talking. Nothing bad. Nothing. But it was nice to talk to somebody, man. It was. It was nice. And I appreciate that ride home. 3 more years. Is your fire I know it's gonna be you're probably like, what? No. Is your fire department unionized? Well, like I said, there. I was gonna say something. Oh, it is? Is it is
Ooh.
it a is it a good thing or a bad thing? I could see a high risk job, maybe. I'm not pro. I'm not anti-union, man. I just because it has no. I worked. I worked very, very, very short period of time in the union shop. I had to walk out. Though I'm gonna be honest with you. The McLovin, I had to walk out, man, because these guys just came up with excuses not to do something. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, let's just do it and get it over and done with. You know what I mean? Well, I'm only required. That's what they always said. I'm only required to do this. And I just got tired of hearing about it, you know? And I was like, and it was a couple of times when I was leaving, okay, going home, and there was like welding had to get done, okay, but and he came to me. They were trying to get me. I wasn't a full fledgedly in the union yet because I was only there for a very short period of time. And he came to me and said, "Hey, you want to earn any extra money?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Come on to my office." And I came to the office. He says, "Do you think you can leave? And if you want, you can come back." He goes, "I'll pay you out of pocket and I'll pay you $35 an hour." He goes, "I got to get this done." There was only a couple of pipes that need to be welded and threaded. That was it. Because I got to fill this contract out. I was like, "Yeah, 35 freaking dollars an hour. Hell yeah." You know? And I did it. No, I'm not conceited, but I was a very good welder. I was a very good welder. Who, the Brits or South Africa? Oh, okay. Never mind. I didn't read the whole sentence. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you go into some union shops and you're like, then, you go to others and everybody works well and everybody's ready to bust their asses. It's just like I said, unfortunately, I walked into a union shop where everybody was just looking for reasons not to do something. That's the only thing. It was a bad taste in my mouth. I'm the type of guy, if I got to do something, I'll do it and get it over with. You know, just get it over. Do it and get it over with and move on with your life. Very good. Oh, yeah. He's only got a couple more years left. Shit. I know, McLovin, I know like the last 2 years in the Navy, I just couldn't wait to go. I knew my time was up. You know, it was the longest 2 years of my life. I was just like, oh, man. And everybody, I didn't have attitude. I came in, I did what I had to do. Nothing was ever messed up, but I was just ready to go. You know, and even I talked to people that were behind me as far as retirement. They were like, "Man, I got," and we're talking high senior enlisted personnel. I mean, enlisted, and they were like, "I'm ready to get the hell out of here." You know, I'm ready to move on with my life. Actually, not this time. There's a lot of union. Probably there's a couple of unions. Didn't the auto union back Trump this time? But you are right. Most of the time they do. You're 100,000% right. But I think there was a couple of unions that backed Trump this time. I know the policeman union did. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head. But yeah, you are 100%. They usually do. Yeah. But hey, McLovin, don't you think sometimes OSHA gets a little bit out of control? I mean, yeah, there is reasons for you. I'm not against the union. Believe me, guys, I'm not against them. But like I said, some union shops are really, really great. And some union shops, they just look for reasons not to do something. I ain't against them. My father was a Teamster guy, you know. Hoffa. I knew where Hoffa's buried. Yeah, that's the part that used to bother me, man. Nothing against unions. I know it sounds like I do, but I just that one ship it was a pipe fitting shop. I just had a bad taste. I was like, I told the owner, I said, I gotta go. He says, I understand. I said, this ain't for me. This what he said, what this type of work? I said, no, the people I gotta work with around. They'll do something for like 45 minutes and only take them 10 minutes to finish it up and they'll stop. I gotta go on my break. Let's just finish this. I used to get no. So let's just finish this. Get this done, man. Nope, I gotta go on my break. All right, and I just sit there, and all the rest of them would go in the back room and take a nap. So their 15 minutes break was longer than 15 minutes. You know what I mean? But you can't say anything to them. You were at Teamsters, yeah. Like I said, my dad was 107 out of Philadelphia. I don't know why I remember 107. Maybe because he had a jacket that had the Teamster symbol with 107. He had a ball cap. Yeah. And he even had a ring. Yeah, that's just. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I understand that part, but sometimes, like I said, it's we were in that shop. There was a hoist because some of the stuff we worked on was pretty heavy. Okay, and they had a hoist. Well, the hoist got jammed up. It was a chain one, a chain fault type. All right, and it got jammed up at the box, the gearbox. It was on the up on the rail, right? And this guy goes, "Oh, I need to go up there." And I said, "Where's the ladder?" And like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Where's the ladder? I'll go up there." No, 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 no. You can't. Dude, we have a procedure. I was like, "What?" He says, "Yeah, we have a procedure to go up there." And it took him like a half hour before he even climbed up the ladder. Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I would have had it. All it was is you had to, you know what I mean? You had to do one of these like this, the wheel up top, just had to do that. And I was like, God damn, just go up the freaking ladder and do that. Because I've seen it before, not there, but at other places. It's what it is. It's the guy tries to free spin it when they just go like this and the chain gets all weird and it locks up on top. And all you got to do is you go up there and you go, and that's it. It's done. No, the guy had to put a helmet on, okay, a safety helmet. He had to put goggles on. He had to put what do you call that? I mentioned it before. Well, they could strap a safety harness, and also he had to put a vest on. And I was like, oh my god! And a pair of non-slip boots, which they should have been wearing anyway because you're in an industrial environment. You had to put on a pair. I was like, oh my god! All you got to do is climb up the freaking ladder, and then he had somebody. Then they had to have one person to hold in the opposite sides of the ladder where he was climbing. Hey, I ain't making this up. This shit'll blow your mind. He had to hold one side of the ladder. He had to hold it, okay, and then he had to have a safety observer, which he had to have a vest on that said safety observer in the back to climb a freaking ladder. They abused it. They abused the hell out of it. And the owner was a really nice guy. He was a really nice guy. Yeah. Paul, Paul, I'm sorry, McLovin, you don't need to. I'm not anti-union, man. I know they're there for a reason, but like I said, I think there is some union members that abuse it. You know what I mean? I've seen people they're in the middle of a weld, and as soon as the brake alarm goes off, they stop. It's like, why are you stopping for, man? You only got 6 inches more to weld. Oh, union rules. Oh my God.
Mhm.
You got to be kidding me. And you all think I'm making this shit up. I'm not. Yeah, but I've been aloft. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I was a welder. But that's a little bit different, Paulie. That's out at sea where the ship's going like this, you know? And something happens where you need to get up and do a quick welding job. That's a little different. But when you're in a closed shop, the only people could see is people in the shop and God. Climb the freaking ladder, go like that, and you're done. But like I said, I don't have anything against it. It's not the unions, it's the people that abuse it. That's the problem I have. That's the problem I have. People who abuse it. The union has done a lot of good things. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You know? I mean, when guys get hurt and it's 100% the fault of the guy because he's a freaking idiot, and then the union acts like it's the company's fault. No, it's not the company's fault. They got safety procedures you need to follow, and he didn't. You know? Now, if the company's fault, oh yeah, you're gonna pay. But sometimes it's not the company's fault. It's the idiot. You know? Hey, Paulie, how many times you been in a shipyard? And you got the shipyard workers in there. And you say, hey man, and you're having a meeting. And they're grinding or do something like that. And you come up to them and say, hey man, can you stop for 5 minutes so we can finish this? Nope, not in my job description. What? Yeah, I know. I understand that this, but Paulie, was a ladder and you were climbing like I think it was like 9 feet in the air. What you do is you have some really strong ass corn-fed guy by that ladder just in case you fall so he can catch you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's just abuse sometimes. Myles, are you going to unionize? Oh no, we don't need that. Myles wants
No.
a union for the kitchen.
Mm.
They don't know what unions are in the Philippines. There is no such thing as a union in the Philippines. They'd be looking like, what? They think the same way I do. They just let me get the job done so I can go home, or I can go and get me some Red Horse or China wine or whatever else they want to do. You know, like I hope I'm not coming across like I hate the unions. I don't hate the unions. The unions have done a lot of great things. They've helped a lot of people, and most of them have really good pensions. It's the people in the unions that abuse it. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Mm. Nope. Nope.
Myles on strike. You want strike, Myles? Oh, you got Liam there. He does all the dirty work. Myles makes the mess and Liam cleans it up. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Liam's a good kid, man. Liam's a hard worker. He make a good union kid. Now there's a
Yeah,
4-year
some
degree.
some.
For safety. Paul, relax. Oh yeah. I would want to go aloft. I didn't like it. I'll be honest with you, Paul. I didn't like it. I mean, you look down and you're like, oh, because the higher you are up, the more you feel it. You know what I mean? The higher you're up in the ship, the more you feel that rock. And that's why I liked about engineering. We were down in the hole. You didn't feel nothing. Oh, you felt a little bit.
Mm.
When you're aloft, oh my God. It's like you go up once and you're like, I ain't doing that again. Especially, I mean, when you're in port, it's different. But when you're out at sea and something happens where for some reason or another you got to go up there and weld or something like that, and you're like this, and you're praying. I don't care who you are, you're praying. Please don't let me fall. Please don't let me fall. And the captain refuses. The captain, usually the captain, the XO, and the engineering officer refuses to come down to where you're at because just in case something happens, they can say, I didn't see it. I wasn't there. I was in the engineering plant, or I was talking to whoever on the phone, on the bat phone, Do you ever notice that, Paulie? When stuff's getting really bad, they disappear because they denial. And then you got the chief yelling at you. And you're like, I don't know what he's saying, but he looks pissed. Yeah. Well, I hope not. You want to be able to have kids. I just hate it. Yeah. I went up there a couple times. The first time I was like, oh, yeah, I want to see what it's like. After that, I was like, oh, my God. It was crazy. You're always yelling. Yeah, the stuff they show you on those movies with the pirates, it's all BS. The crow's nest, nobody wants to be up there. Nobody wants to be all the way up there. And it's high, it looks higher than it actually, well, it is high, but it's like, oh my God. And you try not to look. You just try to look straight ahead. But of course you're like this. You're like, oh, I hope I don't throw up. I don't care who you are, you're going to get sick up there, especially when you're on the way. You're going to get sick. Did you feel it? You were, Paul, did you ever go up there? Did you ever work on the officer's mess? I had to go up on a ship one time, and because something, what was it? It was inside the officer's mess in the galley. I had to do something. Oh, one of the steam kettles needed to be braised. They didn't have a qualified braiser, so I went there, and high pressure, and I was up there, and they were on the way. And I was like, oh, the only reason because the commanding officer was a full bird. And that's why we went over there to fix it. And it was like, oh my God, how can you be up here? I mean, it was like the galley. It was like, I was like, I got to get out of here. I was like, and they had it. Actually, this is how important it was. They had an actual chief working inside that galley. I don't know what he did there, but he was in there when I got there, unless he was there for show, acting like he cared. I don't know, but he was a good guy. I was talking. He's like, hey, you want anything to eat, man? He goes, it's almost dinner time. What do you want? You want a hamburger? You want this? And I was like, well, if you can do it, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll take a hamburger. I ain't no idiot. Free food, I'm all in. And yeah, he was a good guy, man. I wish I could remember his name. He was a really good guy. And he did the cooking. It was a big galley. It was a pretty big. It wasn't an aircraft carrier, but it was a big galley. They have complete denial ability. Yeah, see, yeah, that's right. You were in the Navy. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking. I wasn't there. Oh, the officers' mess. Yeah, yeah. Very political, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, he cooked me up. Actually, he cooked me up. He cooked a double patty with bacon because I love bacon, man. And he put bacon on it, and the bacon was actually crisp. Put some bacon on it because it was a kettle on it. He says, "Man," he goes, "You don't want to piss off this captain. You'll never hear the end of it." And I was like, "I understand." He had the full birds on his collar. I said, "I understand." I said, "It don't bother me. I don't care. Give me something to do." And he says, "You got anywhere to sleep?" I said, "Well, if the healer don't come in, I got to stay here overnight." It was, "I'll hook you up." It wasn't the Chiefs. It wasn't the Chiefs mess. Okay, no, but he hooked me up. Gave us a place to sleep. Me and a fireman that worked with me, and yeah, he gave us a place because the flight didn't come in. I don't know why. I could care less. My belly was full. I was ready to go to sleep, and we slept there. I think we slept where the MSs sleep at, but it was kind of like away from them. Yeah. You don't miss it, Paulie? What I missed about it is I did a lot of traveling, a lot. That's what I missed, the traveling I did. How many people can say they've been to West Africa, Uganda, places like that? How many people can say they actually been by the Dead Sea? I've been all over. Been to Hawaii. Only been to the Philippines one time, and we couldn't leave the base. Been to Guam. Been to Japan. How many people can say they've been to these places? I don't be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't say I love the Navy. I just liked what the Navy offered me. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? I never talked bad about the Navy when I was in it. I heard guys bitch all the time. I had nothing really to bitch about, but I seen a lot of things happen that shouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? I seen a lot of good guys get burned just to save somebody that was higher ranking than them. They were the fall guy. That's what I'm trying to say. I seen that happen, a couple times, and a lot of my friends got killed, and I think I was mad for the longest time when a couple of my friends were killed. I was mad because it shouldn't have happened. But that's life, right?
Mm-hmm. That's life.
I mean, I think
That's
I got all
life.
that education. I got all them certifications that would have cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars to do it if I went on the outside. I was certified welder, certified high pressure welder. I was certified MIG, TIG, gas welding, high pressure. I mean, that would have cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars on the outside. I know that. And the Navy gave it to me, you know? Now you're fine. You're fine. I mean, you stick to your beliefs. That's what I respect about you. You can't be bent. But and I realized that. Unfortunately, when I got out, I should have stayed on that road because I would have made a lot of money. But I was kind of like I need a break, you know. And then 1 year turned into 5 years, 5 years turned into 10 years, and after that, if you don't weld or anything like that for that long period of time, you can't get hired anywhere. You can't get hired because you got nothing to back. All right, you did that 10, 15 years ago. What did you do yesterday or the day before yesterday? Well, I drove a truck. That's not welding. Sorry, we can't help you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I kicked myself in the eye. You want to know something really weird? When I got in the truck, I think I won't say it wasn't even a year. I was like, oh, this shit sucks. You know, going to bed, always by yourself, unless you had somebody else in your truck. But after a while, when you do, that person starts getting on your nerves. You know, I'm just being honest with y'all. That person starts getting on your nerves. Well, we're getting ready to bail. It's late. It's late. Miles got things she's got to do.
Yeah, I feel sleepy.
Yeah. No, I think the only one that's got bad is oh, you're talking about someone else. Yeah, service week. They did away with service week. FEMA. Yeah. See, everybody, like myself, you think the grass is always green on the other side of the fence until you jump over and you realize there's nothing but freaking weeds. You know what I mean? And like I said, that was the biggest mistake I ever made when I decided, well, I'm going to try something different. I was good. I'm not conceited or anything like that. It's just that the type of job I did and why I wasn't always stuck on a ship is because I was pretty good at what I did and I was dependable.
Mm.
You know, I screwed myself. I have nobody else to blame for it. I screwed myself over. I should have stuck at what I was good at, and I regret it. I regret it a lot. All right, man, we're gonna get out of here. Miles is just talking way too much. You need to, Miles. You need to calm down. It is the problem. I start running my mouth, and I don't know when to stop. When you get on a subject that I actually experienced, I got a lot to say. But if we started talking about running a power plant and how electricity and the ohms theory, I'd be like, because I don't know anything. The only thing I know about electricity is it'll kill you. If you give it the chance, it'll kill you. That's the only thing I know. All right, man, we're gonna get out of here, and I appreciate you all showing up. You guys be good to yourself and be good to each other. When's our next live, Miles?
Your Tuesday, and my
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Same time, Tuesday, and that'll be Wednesday morning for Miles. Hopefully you all show up. There is no excuses. And no, we will not accept any letters from your mothers. Okay? Just joking. All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you,
all be good.
everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, and I'll talk to you later, okay?
Oh, see.
All right.
See,
All right,
senor.
love you.
Love you.
Hey, I
Bye-bye.
haven't started the learning Tagalog yet. I told you I want to get a notebook. Yeah, I'm gonna learn Tagalog. I got Rosetta Stone, and but I want to get notebooks so I can write words down and the meaning for it. That works really good for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right, man. That's enough for tonight. You guys be good and thank you for being here. Bye for now.
Bye.
Boy.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.